And with thousands of people infected and more waiting to be tested, what should you do if you're home if you're not sick enough to be hospitalized? Here's NBC News consumer and investigative correspondent Vicki Nguyen. Vicki.
Lester, we've been hearing the term self-quarantine. It's what you're supposed to do when you come into contact with someone who has tested positive for COVID-19. But what if you're showing symptoms? What if you've been diagnosed with the virus? Well, now we're talking about self-isolation. And tonight we're going to show you the steps that you need to take in order to protect yourself and the rest of your family.
Northwell's Director of Global Health, Dr. Eric Choi Pena, helps us map out a plan for self-isolation. First, identify a room as home base for the sick person.
Once you've designated an area, is this the room you should be living in, sleeping in, eating in?
Ideally, yes. This should be the room that you're doing all of your activities of daily living and spending the majority of your day. This should be your home base.
When you need to leave that room, avoid everyone else in the home. And if you have a mask, wear it.
Show me the proper way to put on a mask.
Right. So the most important thing is to make sure you're covering your nose as well. But you pull the mask out like this. You're going to put both loops over your ears. Sometimes they tie in the back, and that's also fine. And then just make sure you're pinching the bridge of the nose so you get like a nice tight seal across your face.
Assign one bathroom to the infected person. If that's not an option, clean it after every use.
How important is it to clean all the surfaces?
So you want to go over all the surfaces, focusing on the areas that hands are going to touch the most.
That includes the sink, faucet, knobs, and countertop. Don't forget to clean handles on the toilet and doors.
What are the best disinfectants to use or the best ways to clean these things?
There's no particular disinfectant. Bleach works for everything. Lysol and all the other kind of EPA-approved disinfectants are also working well. They're all recommended by the CDC.
And when spraying disinfectant, don't wipe. Let it air dry to kill germs.
Another area of concern, laundry.
So this is a pretty low-risk area. I mean, you want to make sure that the patient is the person loading the dirty clothes into the washing machine, but washing them with other family members' clothes is fine. Just use enough of these pods or the detergents to make sure that you get a good soapy mix, and then, wash normally.
Precautions to stop the spread of this deadly new virus.
And the whole point of it is really to protect the rest of your community, protect your neighbors, protect your friends, protect your extended family, keep them safe, and it's really the responsible thing to do.
Now, if you need supplies while you're in self-isolation, a lot of grocery stores and restaurants now offer that contactless delivery where your order can be placed outside. With more people staying home, though, make sure that you are prepared for delays and that you order in advance. Now, Lester, I know later on, Kate Snow is going to have a piece about volunteers who are stepping up to help their community. First, let's get to one of those questions that's on people's minds. Edie asks on Facebook, why can't we get tests in Arizona? We get a runaround from our doctors. They say they don't have the test. And then the hospital says, go to your doctor. Okay, Edie, I understand your frustration. Things are changing daily. More tests are becoming available. Keep asking your doctor. Keep checking with your local health department. In the meantime, I want you to be aware that there are some scammers out there. Our consumer investigative unit has actually found people online trying to sell at-home test kits. Right now, the FDA has not approved an at-home test kit for the coronavirus. So be aware of that. Don't buy one. You won't know if it's real. You won't even know if it works. Okay, next question. Diane asks on Facebook, I'm doing my part to stay in for myself and the public. Should I cancel my dental appointment tomorrow? Short answer is yes, absolutely. Right now, the president has asked all Americans to stay at home for at least a 15-day period. That is simply the only weapon we have at this point to prevent the spread of this infection. So is it inconvenient? Yes. Is it a disruption to our lives? Yes. Is it something that we all need to do to hopefully slow this spread and flatten the curve? Yes.